Go and open your book to page 683. Today's lesson is learn how to multiply matrices. So let's go over some of the very basic stuff. So on page 683, for example, a squared, that means it's matrix A times A. And a to the 3 equal to A times A times A. So that's what that means, okay? And so forth and so forth. The next thing you need to know is something called identity matrix. So I stand for identity matrix, and 2 by 2 means the dimension. Okay? So identity matrix, you're going to have this is called the main diagonal. The main diagonal is 1 and everything else is 0. Okay? Now I matrix is just like 1. Okay? So I matrix of 3 by 3 is this over here. Okay, so that would be example. Okay, so again, the main diagonal is 1, everything else is 0. Okay, so when you multiply matrix, right? So the I is like 1. So I times A equal to A times I equal to A. Right? Again, think of I identity matrix as 1. Okay. Now, you also that you have the 0 matrix. Okay, we already covered this, right? So 0 matrix times A equal to A times 0 matrix equal to 0 matrix. Again, think about regular math, right? 0 times A is equal to A times 0 equal to 0, right? 1 times A equal to A times 1 equal to A. Okay, so that's kind of the same concept. Now, the things you have to be very careful is for the matrices. You have to be careful about the order. That the order is very important. Okay, only few exceptions that you can switch, like I and 0, that you can switch without affecting the answer. Or when you have inverse. Okay, we're going to cover the inverse later on. So inverse times A equal to A times inverse and equal to I. Okay, think about like, for example, 2/3 times 3 over 2 equal to 1, right? So that's a same concept, right? Again, inverse is like, in a regular math, it's like reciprocal, right? Or think about like 1/2 times 2 equal to 1, right? So that's a concept, okay? So these are few exceptions that you can switch the order. But most of the time you cannot. So if you look at the example right below that, okay? They give you if you look in your book, look at this example over here. They give you A equal to this matrix, B equal to this matrix. So A times B equal to, you work it out, equal to this. But if you switch the order, you got B times A equal to this. So notice they are not the same. So pay attention to this. So in matrix, okay, A times B is not equal to B times A in most of the cases. So it is necessary to compute a product in the order that which is written. So you cannot switch the orders around, okay? Unless you have this kind of special cases like, like the I or the 0 matrix or the inverse. Those are like cases that you can switch and the answer is still the same. But most of the time, it's not going to be the same. Okay, so now we're going to go into how to multiply matrix itself. Okay? So you need to have very good discipline when you're doing this. So let's go to page 682 and let's look at the example. So you're multiplying the 3 by 3s. Okay, so when you're doing a matrix, a good suggestion would be use the pen to copy down your matrix. Okay, then use your pencil to multiply. When you multiply matrix, you always use the row times the column. Okay, so for example, if you use this row over here times this column, So first row times first column, your answer will go to the first row, first column. Okay? And this is what you're going to do. Okay? When you multiply, use your fingers. So you multiply the corresponding numbers. So first times first, second times second, third times third. And you want to write it down as you go. So like this over here. So multiply, this would be 0 plus -1 plus 4. So this will equal to 3. So the 3 will go over here. So first row times first column, go to first row, first column. So you just keep repeating. Again, the reason you want to use pen, so that way you can just erase that without erasing your problem, and then circle that. Okay? So multiply, so this would be 0. Again, write it down so you don't make mistakes. Because this one is very easy to, your mind is very easy to play tricks on you. Okay? So write it down. So 0 plus 3 plus 0 equal to 3. So this is the first row, second column. So answer go to first row, second column. So it goes right over here. Okay? So go and erase this over here. Then you do this way. So this would be 0 plus 2 minus 2 equal to 0. So this is the first row, third column. So answer will go first row, third column, and so it would be 0 over here. Right? First row, third column, first row, third column. Okay, so now you're done. So let's go to, so just keep going. So now you're done with the first row, right? So erase that. So again, so that's why you want to use pen to copy the problem. Then you can use pencil to do that, right? So you go ahead and start over again. Okay, so that's 3 plus -1 plus 2, so equal to 4. So 4 goes over here because this is the second row, first column. So answer go to the second row, first column. Okay, and just keep repeating over and over and over. So now you go and do the second column. So you multiply, so it'd be 0 plus 3 plus 0 equal to 3. So the 3 goes over here. Again, second row times second column, the answer will go second row, second column. Okay, so you keep adding, right? Multiply and add. So do this one here. So this would be 3 plus 2 minus 1, so equal to 4. So 4 goes over here. Okay, so now you're done with the second row. So you go to the third row, right? So now let's go to the third row and first column. So you can multiply. So it'd be -1, and this is -1, and this is 4. So equal to 2. So 2 goes over here, right? First row, third row, first column. So third row, first column. Okay. Now you go to the next column. Again, you want to take great care, okay, to avoid careless mistakes. Very easy to make careless mistakes, so watch out for that. So it will be 0 plus 3 plus 0 equal to 3. So 3 over here. Okay, so now one last one to go. Okay, so you're going to get -1 plus 2 minus 2 equal to -1. And that's it. You're done. Okay, so a lot of work, but it's very easy if you just keep it organized and keep going, right? Now the things you have to watch out for is not every matrix can be multiplied. Okay, so what you need to do, you have to put down the dimensions. So if you go to page 684, let's look at the oral exercises. So number 1, you got 4, 3, 6, 10. You got 2, 14, -2, 0. Okay? The way to check if they can multiply or not, what you do is write down your dimensions. So this is 2 by 2. This is 2 by 2. Okay? Now, they can be multiplied only if the number of here match. So see over here, if they match, then answer is yes. Okay? And this number out here will give you the result. So this number over here, this will give you 2 by 2. Okay? So yes, you can multiply and you end up 2 by 2 matrix as your answer. Okay, so that's number 1. Okay, now let's go to number 3. So number 3, you have 2, 5, 7. And then you have 8, 9, 1. You got 8, 0, negative 3. Okay? So this is 1 by 3. And this one is 2 by 3. The inner number don't match. See that don't match? That means no, you cannot multiply. Okay? You're not going to be able to multiply. Okay? So again, that's how you can tell if you can multiply or not. Right? Write down their dimension, and then inner number match, that means yes. Inner number don't match means no. If they match, and then you can